Revelation 1941. From the 6th of June 1941. Fighting in life. Divine guidance. Faith. It is an urgent commandment of neighborly love to inform the fellow human being of his earthly task if he has not yet correctly grasped it and is in danger of developing regressively. The shaping of the soul remains unnoticed by such people, and therefore no influence whatsoever can be exerted on him before he knows about his actual purpose on earth. Therefore every opportunity should be used to enlighten the fellow human being, for his soul is in greatest need. The human being should place complete trust in divine guidance as soon as he wants to believe. Nothing is thoughtlessly permitted by God but is intended to be borne by the human being for the higher development of his soul, and provided he humbly complies with everything God sends him, every event will be of benefit to him. The trials imposed on the human being will either make him waver or strengthen his faith. However, they belong to the battle of life which has to be passed if it is not to be waged in vain at the end of earthly life. Only a life which was a constant struggle for the human being will result in spiritual progress for the soul, and consequently the blessing will only be recognizable in eternity. But then it will also become obvious which loving guidance was granted to the human being on earth and that he had to take this path, that it was the only right one in order to be able to register spiritual progress. How often the human being grumbles and complains, and he wishes for a life of carelessness and easy living. And he does not know how foolish just such wishes are, how often their fulfillment can endanger the soul. Therefore everything should be accepted from the Father's hand in believing trust. For the more faithful a person is, the sooner he will present his misfortune to the Father in heaven and the more convinced he is that God will help him. But God only requires people to believe in His love and trust in His mercy. And He will turn His love and mercy towards everyone who comes to Him in such adversity. And thus, if faith is strong and withstands all external challenges, the earthly life will be successfully completed and the soul will rejoice and be glad when it is rid of its physical shell and can now reap the fruits of a properly utilized earthly life. The struggle on earth has certainly come to an end, and yet the being is not inactive in the beyond, for the salvation of countless souls depends on diligent activity again. And thus this is another battle which the being has to fight again, namely with those forces which still oppress the souls in the beyond, which did not muster all their will on earth in order to overcome all opposition. Their struggle still continues, and the souls in the beyond who are still struggling are assisted by immense forces so that the resistances will finally be overcome and the soul will find peace. Amen.